Indianapolis Jets general manager Mike Maccagnan said Wednesday at the NFL scouting combine that he'd be open to trading down in this year's NFL draft, out of the no. 3 overall pick, and he would have no problem making a deal with the Giants, who pick 6th. It wasn't at all surprising to hear Maccagnan say this. Why would he rule anything out at this point, especially since he needs all the draft picks he can get? That would be silly. But here's the real question: what would, or should, Maccagnan want from Giants general manager Dave Gettleman, if he moved from 6th to 3rd, surely to draft a quarterback? My personal opinion, if you're trying to go chase a quarterback, it's sort of whatever the market is, but then some, Maccagnan said. Indeed, the Jets paid over trade chart value last year, while moving from 6th to 3rd, where they picked quarterback Sam Darnold. The Jets sent 3 second-round draft picks, 2 last year, 1 this year, to the Colts. Surely, the Jets would want something similar from the Giants, right? Then there is the matter of trade timing. The Jets' deal with the Colts happened in mid-March last year, shortly after free agency launched. Maccagnan thinks waiting until draft day to make a deal, perhaps with the Giants, could result in acquiring a bigger haul than the Jets gave to the Colts last year. I think a lot of times, when you go into the actual draft day, and you're trying to move up in the draft to go get a player, sometimes people historically tend to pay a little more in those environments, Maccagnan said. The right play here for Maccagnan would be to wait until draft day. If an elite pass rusher like Nick Bosa or Josh Allen somehow falls to the Jets at no. 3, Maccagnan would need to seriously consider taking that player, instead of trading the pick. But once Maccagnan waits and sees what happens with the first 2 picks, and if he doesn't really like his options at no. 3, then he could move down. I think I would be open to trading with any team, as long as the trade made sense to us, Maccagnan said. There is nothing that would stop us from doing that, trading with the Giants. Last year, the Jets considered trading up to the Giants' spot at no. 2, but Maccagnan figured it would cost him a future first-round pick, so he went from 6th to 3rd instead. And Maccagnan also figured the high price of a move to no. 2 would prevent a team from jumping the Jets at no. 3, it did, as the Broncos, who could have taken a quarterback, stayed at no. 5 and selected pass rusher Bradley Chubb. Will the Giants approach this draft with similar logic? Would any team be willing to move to no. 2 this year, or would no. 3 be a safe landing spot for the Giants? It probably would be, based on last year, and also what the draft looks like this year, in terms of quarterback-needy teams. Remember, the Browns at number 1 last year were going to take a quarterback, which wound up being Baker Mayfield. And the Giants were a threat to take a quarterback at no. 2, where they got running back Saquon Barkley instead. So there was some risk in the Jets only going from 6th to 3rd, since 2 quarterbacks could have been selected by then. This year, things are a bit different. Arizona and San Francisco, drafting 1st and 2nd, aren't going to take a quarterback. The Giants, at no. 6, are already the first quarterback-needy team in the draft order. But a move to number 3 could be a preventative strike against the quarterback-needy Jaguars, at no. 7, the Bengals, Dolphins, and Washington, at no's. 11, 13, and 15, are probably too far down to realistically make a deal with the Jets for the 3rd pick. The Giants and Jaguars figure to be the top contenders, though it now appears the Jaguars could sign soon-to-be former Eagles quarterback Nick Foles in free agency, which might impact the demand for the Jets pick at no. 3. Antonio Brown trade rumors. Why Jets? Mike Maccagnan would be foolish to not seriously talk with Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers want to trade wide receiver Antonio Brown. New York Jets general manager Mike Maccagnan should make a phone call. Right now, we feel good at number 3, but I would definitely say if there's an opportunity to trade down, we would absolutely look at it, Maccagnan said. There's nothing that's transpired at this point in time. If there's an opportunity for us to move back and acquire more picks, that's definitely something we would be potentially interested in. It would have to be the right kind of deal. This is a sensible approach to entertain offers for the third pick. Maccagnan, of course, doesn't have a second-round pick right now, because of last year's Darnold deal with the Colts. Will the Jets and Giants pull off a similar swap this time around? Daryl Slater may be reached at dslater@advancemedia.com. Follow him on Twitter at @DarylSlater. Find NJ.com Jets on Facebook.